Colonel Elmer Ellsworth was the first Union officer to die in the Civil War and one of the earliest combat deaths in general. Now, Ellsworth was quite an interesting character. He actually was a personal friend of President Lincoln, who he met while the latter was still working as a lawyer in Illinois. Now, after the outbreak of the Civil War, Ellsworth moved to New York City, where he raised the 11th New York Volunteer Infantry and outfitted them in zouave uniforms, which was a popular style at the time. After the regiment's training and outfitting was complete, they were moved to Washington, D.C., and soon after that, they were transferred into Alexandria in the newly seceded state of Virginia. Now, for a few weeks before this, Colonel Ellsworth had his eye on a large Confederate flag that was flying across the river. So once they moved into Alexandria, he found the building it was on top of, took a small group of men, and climbed up to the roof to cut it down. Now, after he had removed the flag and was on his way back down the stairs, the hotel's owner, James Jackson, jumped out of a corner and fired 2 shots, one of which killed Colonel Ellsworth instantly. One of the other men that was with Ellsworth, Private Francis Brownell, turned his gun on the hotel owner, shot him in the head before repeatedly bayoneting him. Now, this event, which occurred a little over a month after the fall of Fort Sumter, was highly publicized at the time, and Ellsworth instantly became a martyr for the Union cause. His likeness and story was featured in everything from songs to postal envelopes. Now, souvenirs were taken from the building, including quite morbid relics such as bloodstained carpet and pieces of the flag which he cut down. Though he would not actually receive it for nearly 15 more years, Private Brownell's actions that day were the earliest in the Civil War for which the Medal of Honor was later awarded. And due to his friendship with President Lincoln, Ellsworth's body laid in state in the White House before his burial. Like I mentioned before, this event was highly publicized, so quite a few artifacts from that day have survived. Here are the weapons that were used in the incident. You can see the shotgun used by the hotel owner to kill Colonel Ellsworth, as well as the rifle used by Private Brownell to avenge him. The uniforms of both Ellsworth and Brownell have also survived. Ellsworth's uniform still bears the damage from the shot that killed its owner. Here's the flag that was removed from the roof of the hotel. It is pretty difficult to get an idea of its size from this picture, but this thing is massive. It was 24 feet long and 14 feet tall. Most of the damage and missing parts is actually from people taking pieces of it as souvenirs, not necessarily degradation over time. I want to again show you the picture of Private Brownell because it is one of my favorite photos of the entire war. He has not 1, but 2 giant saber bayonets, a black mourning armband in memory of his slain colonel, and is standing upon a Confederate flag, which is probably the same one that was cut down that day. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. I put out videos like this on militaria and military history every week. Thank you.